Hello everybody, my name is Rachel and today I'm doing my TBR for the 2017 BooktubeAthon. If you don't know what BooktubeAthon is, it is a week-long reading marathon hosted by Ariel Bissett, and there is a YouTube channel and everything for that, so I will link that if you need to know more. The only thing I do during BooktubeAthon is read. I do the reading challenges and none of the other stuff. I'm here to read. This is my third time doing it and I have successfully completed all of the 7 reading challenges in the previous 2 years, and I don't think I'll have any problems doing that again this year because out of the 7 days of the readathon, I'm gonna have 4 of them free because 2 of them are weekend days, and Thursday and Friday I have taken time off from work. Did I decide to take vacation time during BooktubeAthon on purpose? Yes. Yes, I did. I believe the readathon starts on the 24th, so we still have time to join in if you want to, but let's get into it with the reading challenges and what I plan to read. I have 2 things that I had kept in mind while building this TBR. One is that I have to read a Shakespeare play. I've read a Shakespeare play for the 2 previous BooktubeAthons I've participated in, so I have to do another one this year, and I only wanted to read books from my physical TBR, from my unread bookshelves. So no ebooks, no audiobooks. The first reading challenge is read a book with a person on the cover, and for that I have chosen Reading the Bones by Sheila Finch. This is a science fiction novel which Joe from Final Blow Joe recommended to me because it deals with alien languages and linguistics, and I'm a sucker for those things in my reading. I don't know anything else about it than that, just, you know, I will read it purely for that. And it does have people on the cover. It has 2, it has a human and a non-human. Challenge number 2 is to read a hyped book, which honestly I had a little bit of a hard time picking something because I usually stay away from super hyped books on BookTube. They are often not exactly my thing, but limited to just my physical TBR, I chose Magic for Beginners by Kelly Link. This is one of her short story collections, and Kelly Link is a pretty critically acclaimed and hyped up short story writer, kind of in the SFF genre, and I've been meaning to read some of her work for a while. One of her story collections was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, so I would say that reading something of hers counts for this. Challenge number 3 is to read a book in one day, which means it needs to be on the shorter side. I have chosen Sarah Canary by Karen Joy Fowler, which I don't know anything about because this is the book that doesn't have a proper blurb or description on the back, so whatever. I know I want to read it. If for some reason I don't think I can finish that book in one day, I do have 1 comic on hand. I have Monstrous Volume 2 by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. What's this one called? It's called The Blood. It's gonna be gory again, isn't it? I can certainly read this in a day. I can read this in less than an hour probably, so this is on standby if I can't get through this. Challenge number 4 is read about a character that is very different from you, and this is where I have chosen to read a Shakespeare play, Measure for Measure, just because I'm pretty sure none of the characters in this play are gonna be similar to me. Challenge number 5 is actually a real challenge. This is finish a book completely outdoors, and I will be honest, given that the heat index for every day of the BooktubeAthon may be like 100 degrees Fahrenheit here, I may not want to or be able to spend much time outdoors. That could just be dangerous. I mean, we're literally at the height of summer here and there are heat advisories and UV warnings almost every day now, and that is just inadvisable to be out in it all that much. So we'll see. If I simply can't do this challenge, I will substitute one of last year's, which is read a book only after dark, which is also sufficiently challenging for this time of year when like twilight isn't until like 9 o'clock at night, so I had to stay up late to read things then. But if I do manage to either read something completely outdoors or after dark, it will probably be Changing Planes by Ursula Le Guin. This is a short story collection with one of the worst covers I have ever seen in my life. Not even kidding. This is awful. It's like a bad Photoshop job. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, short stories. It's also quite short. I figure that I can either read like one story before bed or outside and that would be good. So I can spread it out over 7 days if I need to. Challenge number 6 is read a book you bought because of the cover. This is also a bit challenging because I'm not given to cover buys. Don't really do impulse purchases so much. When I go into a bookstore, I know what I'm looking for. But I think that Lightless by C.A. Higgins counts because it's a very impressive cover, and the reason that I did buy this when I found it in the store is because it is the cover that I really like. I think there's another one that I don't like quite as much. It is very eye-catching, I think, and this is military science fiction. I don't know much about it, and I kind of want to go into it blind. And as always, the 7th reading challenge is to read 7 books. And the other 2 options for this TBR that I picked out are both translated works. The first one is The Core of the Sun by Johanna Sinisalo, and the second is The Days of the Deer by Liliana Bodoc. And this is science fiction with a pretty weird bent, I believe, and this is fantasy. And either one of them I'm pretty excited to pick up, so it could be either or both, or maybe something different when I change my mind later. Alright, those are my picks for my BooktubeAthon TBR. I am really excited to get started on this. I am really pumped for BooktubeAthon this year, probably because I have a lot of time to read. It's not going to be stressful or anything. So there you go! Let me know if you are participating in BooktubeAthon and if you have a TBR out, and I will talk to you again in my next video, and until then, bye.